Good evening, everybody. I'm just a simple man and the current Team No DQ Wrestling Predictions Champion, as well as NXT Wrestling Predictions Champion. Sorry, Cindy. And my name is Noah Foster. Sorry for the glare on my title. And welcome once again to another episode of 205 Live Matters. With me this week is, of course, two of the great 205 Live Matters followers. With me tonight is the holiday, Mr. Chris Mace, and the Duchess. She's back, Cindy G. Cindy, you've been gone for a while. How are you?
Oh man, I'm doing good. Busy with work and also school. Thank God finals week is almost over. Got one more test to do and then ready to go. And plus going on my vacation to Canada. I'm super excited.
Nice.
And yeah.
I'm glad to hear that, and all the best in your finals. Trust me, I've been there. Hashtag 16-hour coma. And Chris, how are you and your family, sir?
Kids are doing good. Job's going good. Got a pay raise today. Woohoo! More money. But
congratulations.
Everything's going good. Everything's looking up, one day at a time.
That's all you can do with life. Simple as that. Speaking of which, this was the go-home episode before Money in the Bank, so let's get right into it. And this is also, I guess you could say, the first international edition of 205 Live Matters, because this week's episode of 205 Live emanated from jolly old England, London, in the United Kingdom. And we got our usual stick, actually. Went back to the usual idea of Drake Maverick introducing us to the show, and he introduced us to the two matches we had on tonight's show. The Fatal 4-Way between James Drake, Mark Andrews, Jack Gallagher, and Humberto Carrillo. I can't roll R's like you, Cindy. And then our main event tonight, a special non-title exhibition match between the champ, Tony Nese, and the challenger, Ligero. And again, he says this is a tradition. They said how they only go over here like twice a year, where they put the best of NXT UK against the best of 205 Live. And I thought it was a very nice welcoming into the show and opening start. And basically, he gives us an idea of what each man's capable of. They have their own little mini promos as he introduces who we're going to see tonight. Jack Gallagher saying he's very proud to represent 205 Live for his country tonight. He's going to take this very seriously. James Drake says anyone that gets in his way, he's going to go through them. Mark Andrews being the stage diving high flyer, he's going to give us a spectacle. Humberto Carrillo, he's looking to showcase what he's capable of. And pretty much that was our intro, and we get right into the show. And Naja McGuinness introduces us, which seems kind of fitting, considering where it's from. And then we get also in English talking about basically the show itself and the matches to expect. And then we get everyone coming in. But before everyone's in the ring, as Mark Andrews comes in, we find out who our play-by-play guy is next. He's stuck over in another part of the world. Byron Saxton. Byron Saxton. Yeah.
Is Vic Joseph still in WWE? Because I do not recall seeing him.
Yeah.
As far as I know, he is, because he was on last week. I'm pretty sure this is just a 1 week tenure. We already know he's the voice of NXT UK with Naja McGuinness.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So Byron Saxton, Ian English, and Naja McGuinness were our commentary team tonight. And apparently during one of the entrances, I guess Naja McGuinness was going on like a rant or something, and Aiden stopping dead in his tracks, like he's not supposed to say a certain name. UK viewers, if you can provide a comment to what they were referring to, I greatly appreciate it, because I had no idea what they were talking about.
I think I can think of one person, and he's in AEW.
Really? Okay. Well, with that, Cindy, why don't you give me your thoughts on this opening match? How do you feel about it?
Well, I feel this opening match is really good. All four contenders, they did a fantabulous job. Let's just say James Drake. I'm surprised he didn't came out to his NXT UK tag team titles. Like, just like, okay, whatever. And then Humberto Carrillo coming out with a cape. Thank God it's not like a skirt style cape. I was like, what the heck?
I thought he was trying to be Ricochet for a moment, but he came up before he got into the ring.
Right. And then Jack Gallagher coming out, being a heel as always, and then Mark Andrews, of course. So I feel this is like one hell of a credible match, and this is what we've been waiting for on 205 Live, having more NXT UK star coming into 205 Live, just showcasing, even though it's like every time they're in England, we're going to be seeing some NXT UK stars soon. I mean, Mark Andrews, face it, he's already part of 205 Live for all it matters. And I think this is James Drake's debut in 205 Live, despite he's in NXT UK.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's pretty much amazing. But I want to point out some of the highlights. Number one,
Please.
Jack Gallagher. Thank freaking God he brought William. I miss William.
William the Third is back, people. The
Yep.
umbrella is back.
That's right. And he did the umbrella drop to all four gentlemen. It's like, oh, man. But I do remember one thing that is really impressive is when Jack Gallagher did the impressive vertical suplex to Mark Andrews, like holding him up in the air for like almost 1 minute until suplex.
I think I counted 30 seconds. Good
I think
Lord.
I counted almost a minute.
It was almost
it
because he had him for a while. It seemed like time stopped as long as he held him up there.
I must have started counting when he literally just like started to wave and stuff because I saw Mark Andrews' head turning red.
Yeah, overall, that was one memorable moment. James Drake, he did a really amazing job by himself. I feel that, and I'm glad, like, there's, like, some of the crowd were booing at him. I was expecting the shoes up, even though Zach Gibbs is not there.
Yeah. Not quite the same reaction.
Well, he is part of the tag team champion with Zach Gibbs sitting NXT UK, but I thought so, but I was like, no. But he did a really good job by himself. I want to see him more in singles competition in NXT UK, but I know it's not going to happen since he is the current NXT UK Tag Team Champion.
Right.
Oh, well, Mark Andrews, of course, he's always amazing. He done a good job. And Roberto Carrillo, he did an amazing job as well. But the only thing that kind of threw me up a little bit is the finish at the end where Roberto did roll up to, I believe, would be Mark Andrews. No, not Mark Andrews. Gentleman Jack Gallagher. And then they won. Roberto won. And then afterwards, he saw a sportsmanship handshake, which, if you guys remember Aaron Ribb's NXT TakeOver New York review video, and Virgil also pointed out that the only thing that is like a little bit of criticism is just a lot of sportsmanship, and that's like another perfect example. Think of Matt Riddle versus Velveteen Dreams match for the North American title. See, same cycle as always, but I guess it's like a sign of respect. But I'm guessing that like Jack Gallagher is probably going to be staying out of like the whole situation between Roberto and Drew Gulak for all it matters, but I guess.
We'll get more into Drew Gulak in a little bit, but before I give my thoughts on this match, Chris, what were your thoughts about this match?
I thought it was a really damn good match. I like that the gentleman brought his umbrella back again. Thank God. I love the umbrella drop. The finish to me was kind of interesting because pretty much that Andrews went for like a double Pele is what I would call that when he got him. Then when the gentleman ended up headbutting him, it looked like he was just dazed for just a moment. And then oh my God, I always want to call him Alberto Del Rio, and I know that's not his name. It sounds so similar. It's not even funny, but then it seemed like he got that quick win, like it just came out all of a sudden he just got that quick win. It was like, wow, that was kind of shocking. But I agree with Cindy on her point too, and what they're saying about the sportsmanship. It's great every now and then to have good sportsmanship, like a sign of respect. Like if it was like a big time match and it was like a passing of the torch kind of a match where it was like a legend versus the up and comer, and the up and comer wins and beats the legend. That's one thing, but I know Ring of Honor, when I used to watch it, did it a lot of times. They had to shake hands before and shake hands after the match.
The Code of Honor.
Yep.
But it's like, it's getting to the point now we're doing it overkill. You don't have to do it every single match that you see. You don't have to do that. Other than that criticism, I thought it was a damn good match.
Okay. Yeah, and I thought it was a very good match, too. You pretty much pointed out a key spot I was going to talk about, the vertical suplex, to the point that Mark Andrews, he literally, I think, was losing feelings in his leg and his head was turning red as Jack Gallagher started rearing his body a little bit and then slammed him down for the suplex. But yeah, this match was very fast-paced, high-octane action, to say the least. I mean, you had the four men start out. James, of course, being the heel in this match. He gets out of the ring, let the other three men work each other, then tries to be the opportunist like Edge, goes in and steals a pin. Next thing you know, the baby faces, and Jack Gallagher, technically in this match, he was really acting babyface during it, hence the umbrella drop being brought back out. But yeah, all three of them went after James Drake. And then we got some of our key spots like the slide through kick that Mark Andrews does. There was a switch midair, deep arm drag from not Jack, but Mark Andrews, inadvertently assisted by Jack Gallagher, done by Roberto Carrillo, one of his signatures. And then we get an interesting move by James Drake, basically checking out Mark Andrews for most of the match. I think they call it downswing, almost like a wheelbarrow suplex, sternum first into the apron. Vicious. And for a while, it was just literally Drake and Carrillo. James Drake maintaining control for most of the match. Then we get snap suplex, cover spot, nothing special. But then we basically get a springboard roll flu, but then he caught him with a left. It was like Shinsuke Nakamura type kick on Roberto Carrillo. He gained momentum with James Drake with a spin around kick. Didn't catch him the first time, caught him on the rebound. And then he soars through the air. And then somehow Mark Andrews comes back into play. We get a Hurricane Rana jump off the steel steps. And then we get a very unique spot, again, almost Jeff Hardy-esque. Mark Andrews uses the barricade into a moonsault, but gets caught. He escapes the moonsault and does an implant DDT to James Drake to the floor. And then, Cindy, yes, you got Williams III back out of nowhere. Jack Gallagher brings the umbrella. Everybody's on their feet. Everybody's happy, laughing it up. Nigel couldn't believe it. Aiden was over the moon. Also fanboying Roberto Carrillo, as always. Go figure. Can't explain that. And, yeah, we get the umbrella drop, as they call it. And following that, he brings Mark Andrews to the ring, cover, still not enough. Then we get that suspended suplex spot you were talking about. And then really what led to the finish of the match, the James Drake, he comes into play. He suffers basically an aerial offense move from all three other competitors. He gets a super reverse Rana, reverse headbutt, and then a twisting splash by Mark Andrews, Jack Gallagher, and Roberto Carrillo in that order. Carrillo getting a cover, not enough. He's pretty much taken out of the match completely after that. We get a "This is awesome" chant, and then that leads to basically all three men just taking each other out, basically, and then getting up, fighting on knees, exchanging forearms, fists, chops, kicks, you name it, everything in between. And then, well, okay, why do people freaking always fall for the stun dog millionaire? You can't suplex Mark Andrews. You attempt to do that, he's going to get you. Roberto, come on. Have you not watched NXT UK?
Glasses off. On.
That's when you got to suspend your suspension of disbelief.
Yep.
Yeah, apparently. And then following that, Mark Andrews, he does that slide through a double kick. They call it, slide through, knee slide, over ride. That's a mouthful. Blah. And then following that, yeah, the Manculian Nas, now we know it called as. Thank you, Nas McGuinness. He was on point tonight. I just bumped down his headbutt into basically delirious fall, and Roberto Carrillo rolls him up for the win. And then you get an hesitated sign of respect. So is Jack turning face? Is Jack turning heel? Is Jack just frustrated? Where does Jack Gallagher go from here? We have no idea. I thought this was a very good opening bout. I think Aiden and Nigel McGuinness owned the match, yet Byron's supposed to be your play-by-play guy. I think Byron was clueless.
Yep.
He didn't know what was going on.
Or so. He was acting literally like a fan, but a fan cannot necessarily be a commentator without knowing the competitors and the action in the ring. Maybe he was just caught literally on the fly, like, you're going to do this. Wait, you're just telling me this now with 5 minutes before the show? I don't know anything about these guys. I don't care. You're going to do this. In my opinion, they should have just had Nigel McGuinness and Aiden English do the show by themselves tonight. Or Tuesday night. Excuse me, folks. And, yeah, I thought it was a very good match. The whole handshake, we'll see where it goes from there. I feel like Jack Gallagher and Roberto Carrillo, they're not done with each other yet. That's probably going to be our next resolving storyline. I also want to point out one thing that was also pointed out before this match, too. Drew Gulak, Instagram post. Very interesting.
That was.
Change with a barber shop chair and like a wrecked out building.
Yeah.
Sydney, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so let me go ahead and take a look at Drew Gulak's Instagram page.
Yeah.
Since I have my phone with me, for note referencing. Okay, so yeah, with this picture, it's like kind of surreal. It's like a barber's chair and everything. And then in the caption, it said, "Nothing endures but change. #205 Live." And then I'm looking through his Instagram, like, because that was like 2 posts ago, and then another post. It's like the honor, like a quote, like from it. It's a honor to the Brett something. It's like I think
It's
it's in
cryptic, basically.
honor. Okay, honor to the bear something something Major Irvine, Captain Turner. It's about history, something like that. So it's like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next post, he just posed like the Civil War.
I wonder if he's
With no
referring
caption.
to himself. Like, you realize he's all about for a better 205 Live. And as you know, Drew Gulak, one of the 205 Live originals, my all-time favorite on the roster. He's brought out incredible one-on-one storylines and bouts, incredible character development since day one, and his matches with NXT, which we'll get to in a moment. It's just something to behold. He is incredible, and he certainly loves what he does. He feels like he's never getting old. He's only growing with every match he gets. Now, as far as this goes and what you showed me, it feels like with me, he's finding with himself. He's trying to figure himself out. And I know I'm going off topic here. This was supposed to be simple stance, but this is how much I care about Drew Gulak. Because he's a pinnacle part in 205 Live. I'll talk more about that later. I'm just going to say this. I feel like he's finding with himself. Chris, your thoughts on Drew Gulak's Instagram post?
I think he's debating about what he's wanting to do. I think he's just struggling with himself about what's his strategy hasn't been working lately. His way he does things hasn't been working at all lately. So he's probably in a conflict of, do I need to change my style? What do I need to do? And he's torn between what he believes in and what he might have to do later on going into the future.
Yeah, one thing for sure, Drew Gulak, without him, I don't think 205 would be as good as it would be today. All right. So following this match, we'll see what happens between Jack Gallagher and Alberto Carrillo. Because, again, Carrillo called it last week. He said he would come into London, he would win, and he would get the pin on him. I did not mean for that to rhyme. But, hey, true to his words, he did it. So following this, we go into a interesting promo. Aya Davari, in all places, a tanning bag.
Yep.
What?
Oh,
Basically saying last week, Tony Nese feels like he punked me out. Says I'm not in his head. And yet, he's the one running ragged, while I'm just going to be nice and fresh coming in Money in the Bank. I'm relaxing, yet he's out there doing wrestling a match before facing me. So, basically, that's all we got from him, and he went back to his tanning. He says, I'm not there tonight. Have fun. Good luck in your match tonight. But I do hope that there is something safe for me on Sunday. Then we get Shriver. I guess she's a new backstage correspondent. Good on her. She was in NXT, so good on her. She interviews Tony Nese about all this and saying, what's the smart idea to wrestle this close to a title defense? And basically he says, sometimes the smart decision is not always the right decision, but the WWE Universe expects more from their champion. And it's tradition for the Cruiserweight champion to mix it up with the best of NXT UK when it comes to this international special that happens twice a year, apparently. So he didn't become champ by taking it easy, and he doesn't plan on taking it easy as champ. And basically, from there, we get an inside look at Ligero, which, of course, all of us being members of WWE's team, you know Ligero to a fair extent. So, Chris, I'll start with you. What were your thoughts on Arya Daivari and Tony Nese's little promos, having up their Money in the Bank match, and Tony Nese's thoughts on wrestling before Money in the Bank?
Daivari was just trying to be laid back. He's playing the heel. He just wants to lay back, relax. He wants the easy road. He wants to feel like in his mind he's got to be the fresh one. He's got to be focused. He's got to be the fresh one. So he thinks he has the advantage by not having to wrestle. Where Tony Nese looks at it the opposite way, where he's going, yeah, I could just do that. I could get a tan. I could do all that stuff. But I'm a fighting champion. I want to fight. I want to wrestle. I want to show the world how good I am and go from there. And if you think about it from just any sports analogy or anything, I'm going to use this real quick. It's a lot of times it's always better to play every week or every game instead of taking time off, because then you could lose a little rust. You could not be focused all the way. You could be too relaxed, and that may be the strategy there with Tony Nese as well.
And let me just say this before Virtue, if you actually watch this, says, you're talking about not taking a day off, and yet you people are complaining about WWE not taking an off season.
Virtue doesn't care about 205 Live. Like, the guys from The No DQ Elite team don't care about 205 Live, and they don't watch our video. I just wanted to let you know, Noah, because I did watch the guys' prediction video this morning, and you know they went all hard, and yes, they're anti-205 Live. I'm just saying,
Ladies and
but
gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, No DQ Galaxy veterans and newbies, let me tell you this. Controversy breeds cash. A famous quote by Eric Bischoff. Whether you support, you don't support, you're viewing just cause, or you're trying to troll me or critique me, nothing can stop me, nothing will break me. You all straight for me because 205 Live matters will always matter to me. Simple as that.
And yes, there's a war. Yes, and yes, we are in a war with the Elite team. Just saying.
And yet I have their title.
Yeah.
You have it hostage.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Anyway, are you done talking about the promos, Chris?
Yeah, I'm good on my part.
Noah?
As Cindy, your stances.
Okay. Now, at least I made Caitlin and Aaron with an E laugh about like Ariane Davari's promo during like the Ladies of NoDQ.com predictions video. Yeah, it was pretty much unusual. He just wanted to make sure that he's just very well rested, getting ready for his match at Money in the Bank. And besides, I'm surprised it isn't in the main card, but subject to change no matter what. So this is his time to shine. For that, he just wanted, just to make sure that there's no too much of a heavy work. And with Tony Nese, you know that there's no rest for the wicked. He's just gonna do what he gotta do. I mean, with his strength, his 12 pack of abs or something like that. I don't even mention about his abs anymore since he's now the current cruiserweight champion. He's ready no matter what. And now regarding with Ligero, I mean, we already know who he is. He's from NXT UK, and he competed in the Cruiserweight Classic as well.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And basically from there, we get a very short promo about already happening up next week, Lucha House Party. I like how they're actually doing these little sets related to their characters. All right, taking it easy in a tanning bag. Rich people do that. Blah blah blah.
Sade.
Lucha House Party. They're in a music room. You would think there would be music in the background, but apparently not. But they're talking about how, okay, the Singh brothers, they want to challenge us next week. Okay, you got it. Next week will be Lucha time, and we learn which two are going to face them. It's going to be Lindsay Dorado and Great Metal League versus the Singh brothers. Buddy.
And I'm glad the Singh brothers is in 205 Live where they belong instead of being Jinder Mahal's lackey. Because you guys know
that's what I've been saying.
Yeah, you know how I feel about Jinder Mahal from the get-go. So, yeah, and I'm finally happy that Sunil and Sumar got their opportunity. I mean, they were in 205 Live before, but under a different name, and now, yep, they're back.
Yep, and hopefully this will lead to tag team division now that they're showcasing themselves as tag team wrestlers because they got pretty darn good chemistry, in my opinion. But again, 205 Live, they need depth, and these international specials prove what depth can do.
Yep.
Speaking of which, we go right into our main event, Ligero versus Tony Nese.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, your thoughts, moments, and overall analysis of this match.
Okay. At first, I was like, okay, they're kind of going slow pace. I was like, okay, they had to have that filling out process. So they're going around, they're having that filling out process. Like I said, they shook hands at the beginning. Here's what I talk about the respect thing again, okay, going overboard with it. Okay, you shook your hands at the beginning. Then you did that roll up a few times where you're going 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Like 9 times. Okay, and then you shake hands again. You stop. You shake hands with the referee. Got to make sure you tell Charles Robinson, all right, sorry about that. Hey, all right, good, right. Got to have a pep talk first. But then after that, the match started getting going. I thought it got really good. Like I said, I do like the ending. I like how Tony Nese, when he went for the 450, he was like stunned. Like, he was stunned. He kicked out. Oh God, Ligero kicked out. How did he do that? He was just, his facial expressions were like phenomenal. Like I said, the storytelling was great, as always. I do like the commentary during this match. I liked how they were referencing, for example, they were referencing Seth Rollins. Like, Tony Nese looks up Seth Rollins. He wants to be that man who goes out there every day, and he competes every day, and he fights every day, and he's just competing nonstop and going. And I do like the finish where, it looked like Ligero was trying to do some kind of arm bar, and Tony Nese powered out, got him into the corner, got the knee, 1, 2, 3. But then here you go again after the match. Let me help you up. Let me shake your hand. Let me lift your arms up. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I understand respect, but you can't. You did it 3 different times in a match. You're going overkill with the respect thing. I get it. You could have done it after the match. You had a competitive match. I'm cool with that. But you do it at the beginning, in the middle, part of the middle of the match, then you do it again. Okay. But then what I do like is the aftermatch, like I said, after that happened, Davari coming out surprising everybody because everybody's thinking he's not there, and he comes out, he attacks Ligero, takes him out, and he goes after Tony Nese, setting up the match for Money in the Bank. So I thought the way it ended, I liked it just because they're setting it up. They got it somewhat go home show where they actually have a setup to people actually having a match at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and it wasn't lackluster either. It was well delivered too. Cindy, your thoughts?
I mean, it is a pretty much an overall match. And by the way, you guys, how do I sound right now? How do I look right now?
You sound look good.
You said, yeah.
Okay. Okay, I just want to double check to make sure since like it's now raining here in California, which thank God we needed the rain, and then like the internet connection is kind of like juggling back and forth. I just want to double check. Anyway, overall, it's a pretty good match. I feel it's just like one of those friendly competition where like both guys are like shaking their hands, like in Ring of Honor Code of Honor type of deal. And they did a pretty fantastic job. Look, he did step it up more, and everybody's giving high praises to him. It was obviously that like Tony Nese did win the match using his finisher, the running knees to Ligero, and yeah, it's just like like a breath of fresh air every match. And I'm want to see more of Ligero in 205 Live. I mean, he has the look, he has his in-ring ability. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I could definitely see Ligero working as a key part of 205 Live. He even talks about how his mask, why he does it, makes it unique. He talks about the 16 countries he's wrestled, the 17 countries, he wrestled in, how all these will give him the advantage because he has years and years of wrestling experience. So, yeah, I thought this was a nice back and forth match. I mean, key points, Chris, you kind of pointed out the roll up. One. There were 12 freaking pinning roll ups, and then both men, they shook hands again. And then Tony Nese literally shook Charles Robinson in the hand. I can't remember the last time I saw during a match a competitor actually shake the hand of the referee like, you're doing a good job. But to Charles Robinson credit, good job keeping up with those freaking 12 falls, I guess. Jesus. Falling into this, there was a lot of it was really a back and forth exchange for the most of the match. It took different gears at times. It was very fast paced at first, both men showcasing agility, going for control. It wasn't until really, I think outside the ring, there was like a handstand into a Hurricane Rana where I think Ligero gained some control. Then Tony Nese, he comes in 200 miles an hour with a forearm, regains control, and then we get basically a moment to breathe as we got a scissors lock. And then he just keeps trying to counter out of the scissors lock with forearms and back roll-ups. There was a nice tilt-a-whirl counter. There was kicks and kicks and kicks galore. Kick combination to a power slam. There was a cover. Then there was a back and forth roundhouse kick to a cover, one of Tony Nese's staples. We got what you were calling that through the ropes kind of DDT, satellite DDT. They call it the C4L. He tried it like twice, I believe. Both times were countered. The first time it was countered into springboard moonsault. First attempt, he landed on his feet. Second attempt, he goes for it, and he ends up getting it for, I think, the first near fall of the match. And then Ligero, he goes for a torpe con hilo. He hits it. We don't get a near fall because neither man, they don't want to win by countout. Because 205 Live matches, they don't end on countouts. They end on pure decisions. That's the way 205 Live works. Following that, we get the staple of Tony Nese, pop up, open palm strike when Ligero goes to the top rope. Cindy, you're once again selling the exhaustion of Tony Nese as well as Ligero working on his upper body pretty much to an extent and messing with his equilibrium with all those kicks. And following that, though, he still goes for the 450. First time counter, second time counter. Finally goes for it. He actually hits it, and then you're right, the shock moment. Freaking Ligero kicks out of it. Though I don't think there was really any reason for Tony Nese to be shocked about it because when was the last time he won a match with a 450 splash? I'm just saying.
Anyway, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a suplex switch around, roll through sit down into a nice near fall. He goes for the C4L again. Ligero does counter into a roll up, and then we get one arm powerbomb into the turnbuckle, setting up, of course, Tony Nese's finisher, the running knees. He finishes off with one of them, 1, 2, 3. Mutual respect in the ring, mutual respect to each other. Go home, angle to the cruiserweight title. Ari Daivari comes out. And let's be honest, who honestly thought Ari Daivari was not going to show up tonight? and trying to play more mind games with Tony Nese prior to the freaking cruiserweight title match at Money in the Bank. Okay, it doesn't take rocket science here. Basically, following that, yeah, he lays him out with throwing him his shoulder first to the turnbuckle, and then we get, of course, his hammerlock lariat, which is his key finisher. If he hits that on Sunday, we'll have a new cruiserweight champ, and I'm sure it's going to be a great competitive back and forth bout. And I'm curious to see what will be the fallout from Money in the Bank next week on 205 Live, because we only got one match so far, and it's just a simple tag match. But I thought this was a nice, simple edition, international edition of 205 Live. It showcased again how much NXT UK could participate with 205 Live and help straighten the roster. We had a nice little go-home angle to the only title and cruiserweight match being showcased this Sunday, cruiserweight title. And again, it showed Ligero for what he can do, because on NXT UK, he's had a mixed run lately. So this was a nice reprieve for him, I feel like, to really showcase his talents and get, the London crowd behind him. And, of course, we also got William, which I know is a huge hype for you, Cindy. And we'll see what happens with Jack Gallagher. Is he a tweener? Is he heel? Is he face? Where Humberto Carrillo goes from here? Only time will tell. I thought it was a pretty nice edition. I'd probably get it because only 2 matches. Byron, not on his game.
Oh.
I gotta say it was kind of average. 3.5 for me. Cindy, how would you rate 205 Live out of 5?
I mean, based on the match, like the opening match is outstanding, especially the main event match. And then promos, but also Ari Navari attacking Ligero first, and then Tony Nese, and then he holds Tony's title and then steps him down on his abs, standing tall.
Yep.
It was really good, but the only thing that is a negative would be Byron Saxton's commentary. I mean, I wish it could have been somebody else, but it is what it is. It was in England, but yeah, for that, I'm gonna give it a 3 3/4 because we see a lot of the NXT UK story in 205 Live. I would like to see more of them, like in the near future.
I completely agree. Chris, how would you grade this week's episode 205 Live out of 5?
I'm going to go higher than both y'all, and I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain because they had a great opener to the match that was really well done. Like I said, I like the promos. I like how they set up the storytelling. Like I said, my big thing's always been storytelling, how they tell a story, how are we progressing with the story.
Right.
Like I said, my only criticism of the match is all the respect. Like I said, okay, seeing it at the end of the match, I'm fine with that. Seeing it at the beginning of the match, I'm fine, okay with that at the beginning. If it's 2 baby faces facing each other, I'm fine with that. My issue is going to be you keep doing it over and over and over again. You're going to pretty much kill that. You're going to go complete overkill on that.
Right.
Other than that, I'm going to go with the 4 out of 5 because, like I said, I thought both the matches were well done. Like I said, the only thing is the overkill, and Brian Saxton commentary is horrible. He just doesn't need to be on 205 Live anymore.
I'm just going to say this right now. I think we're all in agreement here. We want McJoseph back.
Yes.
I would have taken Tom Phillips over Byron Saxton tonight, and that's saying something. Sorry, Byron. You're just not a play-by-play guy. You really aren't.
Oh, Corey Graves.
No. Well, I mean, they're already trying to turn him into Michael Cole 2.0. Lord help us.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Again, simple edition, lacking commentary, and I feel like they were trying to do too much Code of Honor in the main event. Those are my biggest flaws for me. But again, nice competitive action. I honestly feel like maybe the 2 matches should have been swapped, but that's just me.
Yep.
For that, why don't we get into some wild card simple stances? And this is not going to be nonsense like the main roster. Vince, you're a fucking idiot. Sorry, someone had to say it, but I digress. And let's go ahead and talk about some stuff. I want to first start with this because I don't think it's been acknowledged in WWE as it was on Ring of Honor. So we lost somebody, I believe, who died doing what he loved in the ring.
Yeah.
I believe his name was Silver King. Now, the most I know about him is he competed in WCW in a competitive cruiserweight title match bout that he lost. And I believe, Cindy, you shared something on Instagram from the very person he faced that not only talked about that, but acknowledged him and respects him and wishes the best for his family. And my prayers go out to his family as well. I also know he competed a little bit in CMLL and
AAA Wrestling.
AAA Wrestling, thank you. And apparently he was also in Nacho Libre, a movie I've actually seen.
Yes.
So, Cindy, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on Silver King?
I mean, it is a really damn shame that he passed away really unexpectedly during mid-match at a indie show in London facing Juventud Guerrera. I mean, it is a really tragic moment for that. Nobody knows that he was like, failing ill, but then he keep on, going what's going on. It kind of reminds me of, you guys heard of the movie The Wrestler featuring Mickey Rourke?
Yes.
Yes.
It was the
Yes.
angle for WrestleMania 25.
Yep. So with that, I feel this is like what it looks like. It's supposed to be the ending, but then it's like the mid-match. I did not watch the video, only read what the reports were bringing out because like I know a lot of people are sharing that video, which to me is like really uncomfortable and it's really really disrespectful as
Agree. I
well.
have not watched it either.
Yeah,
I
like
want to.
Neither.
someone actually died for what he doing, what he loved, and then Hoopy too didn't know what to do. The referee didn't know what to do and all that. Even though he just did what he did. He just his basic signature move and then pin him, and that's it. Nobody know what it is. And I honestly feel that the company needs to be accountable for. That's just me, my opinion. Yeah, but I know Hoopty Guerrera did issue a statement on Instagram the other day in Spanish, but I click on the C translate
Yes.
little link. Yeah, and he felt really bad for what happened, but he said at the same time it's been an honor, like being his final opponent and all that. How much he loves wrestling and all that, and plus he said he's gonna be taking a break from wrestling just to compose himself because he's really really grieving by this tragedy and he's pretty much traumatized. Like he already canceled his booking appearance, he's canceled his upcoming independent wrestling show that he's running and everything else, and that is like really I can understand because like accident does happen, but also like you never know what to expect in like life-threatening situation. So it is really sad, that everybody's going through some trauma and all of that. And with Silver King, like the only thing I remember him is from AAA wrestling because I barely watched WCW growing up as a kid because I was watching WWE more.
Ditto.
And he just leaving like more of like a lazy legacy. Like the only thing that he held in AAA wrestling was the World Tag Team Champion, and that's it. And CMML, he held like so many titles and everything like that. But I do remember him on Nacho Libre as one of the evil heel luchador against
Against
Jack.
Jack Black.
Yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, this is hilarious. Yeah, I mean, it is a really sad situation, and it is like a tragic to him for everything what he loved to do, and he died for what he really loved to do, and that is wrestling. So my heart goes out to his friends and family, everybody who knew Silver King. May he rest in peace.
Amen, sister. Chris, your brief, simple thoughts on this.
Okay, a lot of people will always remember Silver King, who were back growing up during the Attitude Era and stuff. They'll remember him in WCW. He did have some good matches. He had mid matches with Dean Malenko. He had good matches. I know I shared one on Armbar with him and Rey Mysterio
Yes, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Jr. Like I said, he
That.
he had some matches. He was part of LWO. He was part of that group when Eddie Guerrero was doing that. He had some moments in WCW, like I said, after WCW closed and everything like that. He went to, like I said, he held that tag team championship. He held numerous titles in CM. I'm not gonna say it right, but CML.
Yes.
You
And
got it.
like I said, he had a successful career after WCW. It is tragic what happened. Like I said, life's short, and unfortunately, life's short. You never know what's gonna happen in life. You never know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow or not. It is really tragic for the match to continue like that. It's the ref. To me, in my opinion, the referee should have known something was definitely wrong at that point. Something should have been done, from what I'm hearing and how it was said. And like I said, and for all those people that are sharing that video, it's like, look, that's really
Yeah.
disrespectful. A
No.
man died doing what he loved the most. And for everybody to share the video, and I said, I understand talking about it. It's just like really disrespectful to somebody who died doing what he loved to do.
I
And
mean,
like I
reports
said,
have said
Mm-hmm.
that he was a guy ahead of his time. He changed pro wrestling and did not get enough credit for it. And like you said, Chris, tomorrow, and like good old JR says, tomorrow's never guaranteed. This is
Mm-hmm.
one of those topics where people take it way out of hand, and it's like clickbait. Oh, this happened. Let's talk about it. Let's share it. Among other
yeah,
topics I'm not going to get into that the elite have no barriers on. But the
Mm-hmm.
bottom line is this: respect this person, appreciate what he gave, all the best to his family. and just be thankful, people, that y'all get to see another day.
Right.
Simple as that.
Yes.
All right, wild card time. Chris, open up to what's on your mind tonight. What do you want to talk about tonight on Simple Stances?
Okay, well, I thought about this earlier. Okay, so I'm going to ask you two, and I'm going to explain mine. What was the cruiserweight match that made y'all say, "Man, I'm a fan of this division. I want to follow this division and just love 205 Live"? Any cruiserweight match. What was that first cruiserweight match you saw? It could be in New Japan. It could be in WCW,
Ooh.
WWE,
Wow.
205 Live. What was that first match that made you go, "God, I love this division. I love this"?
Aji.
Oh,
Okay, let me
shoot.
think about this for a moment. If I
What
had to
you?
pick one off the top of my head, it has to be Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio from WCW. That match, those two, they created magic. You could tell how far their friendship went when they went into WWE together. They were tag team champions, and then they broke down, had incredible one-on-one feuds. It was a whole heel versus face dynamic. Two trailblazers in cruiserweight wrestling, two trailblazers in wrestling in general. And when I saw that Solid Monster, he recently did a WCW, I think, top 15 match of all time, and that was on
Yes.
there, I was so freaking ecstatic. That, to me, is still one of the greatest matches I've ever seen of all time. Sydney.
I could say one, and you guys are gonna like laugh at me. AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels versus Samoa Joe, Unbreakable 2005, and yes, that's in
Oh,
TNA.
nice.
That
And shout
was
out to
one
TNA.
hell of a match. I could
Oh my
say at
God.
least, and it glued me into respect more for the Cruiserweight, or should I say the X Division. That was the time TNA was good. Let's just say that.
Yep.
And also TNA existed. It's dead. Remember, it's Impact Wrestling. And Impact Wrestling's okay, but
Mhm.
this is not Impact's Impact. Maybe I should start something like that. But let's talk about that for another day.
Yeah.
Chris, tell us yours.
Okay, mine's gonna be what made me love it was the feud with Dean Malenko versus Ultimate Dragon at the time. He
Oh
was still
yeah.
in WCW. The Ultimate Dragon was the JCP crown champion. He had 8 cruiserweight titles. He was the
Mhm.
man all over the world. He was going after Dean Malenko's cruiserweight title. They were setting it up, slow burning. They were setting it up. World War III of '96, where Dean Malenko retained against Psychosis. Ultimate Dragon playing mind games. He had
Mhm.
easily beat Rey Mysterio. Ultimate Dragon did later that night to make sure he was getting Dean Malenko at Starrcade. They
Yep.
had an incredible match. Ultimate Dragon won. He held all 9 titles for at least a month period before he lost them all in New Japan, if I believe right, because he ended up losing the cruiserweight title back to Dean Malenko at Clash of the Champions in January, and that was another phenomenal match where Dean Malenko had come at that time the most cruiserweight title reigns with 3 when he won his 3rd championship. So that was a few where I said I love cruiserweight
Mhm.
wrestling, is that storytelling and how one man could hold. Everybody talks about Becky 2 belts or Noah 2 belts
Yeah.
or Joe Bob's got 2 belts.
Woohoo!
Ultimate Dragon had 9
Oh yeah.
belts, single titles at one time. I want to see somebody else do that again in wrestling. See how that plays.
And by
Folks,
the way, I did meet Ultimo Dragon not too long ago. He's a
nice.
very wise guy. Let's just say he's cool. He's so wise.
Support local independent wrestling, folks, and
Hmm.
independent wrestling in general, and support cruiserweight wrestling. We just gave you some prime examples to get you into cruiserweight wrestling, or at
Yeah.
least look at something different. I mean, seriously, how much longer can you look at the same shit on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live? They're becoming the same show, okay?
Yep. Well, we got AEW, and we got a lot of wrestlers that's part of the cruiserweight.
Indeed, we do. But we'll
Yeah.
save that for another time
Hmm.
because I know Cindy, you and I are going to take part in AEW Double or Nothing, and I'm on par with this right now. If I retain my title during Money in the Bank, Chris, I challenge you for your title for title, Double or Nothing.
Yes. We saw the comment you're interested in doing the predictions video for Double or Nothing.
Yes. And speaking of which, Cindy, wild card. What do you want to talk about tonight on Simple Stances?
Well, I'm going to talk about like what I mentioned on the predictions video for Money in the Bank about like, Tony Nese versus Arya Davari cruiserweight match.
Oh
And
Lord.
I'm going to go more in depth about it, the reason why. And I already stated, but I'm going to state it again. So, we all know that Tony Nese and Arya Davari will have their match at Money in the Bank. And I already stated already that Tony Nese is going to retain a title but I feel this feud is still going to continue on because the whole wild card situation and this shakeup is still going on. Like, WTF, people? Like, can you end it? Like,
freaking end.
exactly. And like, you still have like some other the cruiserweight stars still trying to build up. So like, have Arya and Tony continue to feud until the next pay-per-view, which is Blood Money in Saudi Arabia. That way, they will have that they will be in the main card. And I hate to say it, I feel that they're gonna drop the cruiserweight title to Arya Devar because it is a very logical reason why that they're probably gonna have it in the main card. Hopefully not in the kickoff pre-show match for Money in the Bank, but like still continue on. So that way they will be more notable with the cruiserweight match for that. Yes, I understand that Tony's is just the guy itself, even though like other people like used to be good, but then like Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander is now in the main roster. Hello, they're freaking lost in the shuffle for all it matters.
Yep.
So they're trying to build these two up more, and not only that, we might see Sean Daivari just like last year at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Remember that like this whole flag heat that Arya and Sean did with those prospects, especially one of the prospects was now in NXT, Mansoor.
Yes.
Was there? Yes. I feel that Sean Daivari might be getting involved the cruiserweight match at Blood Money for that. So, and then causing Tony the title. But that's just mean that's going to go through like how it is going to be going booking wise for 205 Live, because I feel they're going to make Arya Daivari as one of the bigger heel in 205 Live. And I hate to see it. It's going to be like Jinder Mahal. I'm sorry.
Well,
when Jinder Mahal won the WWE Championship 2 years.
Oh, Lord.
And that's when SmackDown was crap at the time.
Yes, 2017. I saw that championship celebration live. And the last time I probably ever saw Pyro. Before I give my thoughts, Chris, your thoughts on this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't done my predictions yet, so...
yeah, this is basically twofold. We're not only talking about the future, we're talking about who you predict is going to have the Cruiserweight title come Money in the Bank.
Yeah, so, you know what? I can absolutely agree with Cindy 100% on what they may do. And I'm sad to say it, but you know what? The Saudi Arabia shows have not done any title changes that I can remember as of yet. So one way they could do something different is have a title change, and if they continue that feud, even whether it's Nice or Daivari wins, either way, I'm not giving my prediction until I do it with Colin tomorrow. But whoever wins the match, they'll have a rematch at Blood Money Part 3 is what we can call it. And pretty much, like I said, at that point, whoever's champion, whether Daivari is the champion or not the champion, he's either going to retain or gain the title. Either way, that's what I see happening on that. I actually agree with Cindy 100% on that one. I could see WWE doing this BS because they're trying to cater to that Saudi Arabia money. They got to have that money because, you know, our ratings suck and everything else, and we don't want to give you good storytelling on the main roster. No. But let's go ahead and do this and cater to this audience because they're just giving us a lot of fucking money. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, and you know, remember, the name of the Blood Money pay-per-view is Super Showdown. When I think of Super Showdown, I'm thinking Australia. And at last year's Super Showdown, Buddy Murphy defeated Cedric Alexander, became the new Cruiserweight champion.
And that was his hometown.
Yeah. Even though Arya Daivari is from... Even though he was born and raised here, but, you know, he's Iranian, or
right.
You know, like...
Iraq. How we say that?
Iran. He's from... Well, because they
You're right.
Cruiserweight closet from Tehran, Iran, by the way of Minneapolis, Minnesota, you know? Yeah. So, it looks like he's probably going to be winning the title, but who knows how the future is going to hold.
All right. So I see where both of you are coming from. Regardless of Money in the Bank, I could definitely see him doing that. It scares me to say that because they could bring, like you said, his brother in, and he could become his manager, and then he becomes more of a permanent role on 205 Live TV. That would yield some character development. That would also yield him as the biggest heel on 205 Live. Because again, 205 Live has an imbalance right now between heels and faces. We don't know what half the wrestlers are doing right now. So I could definitely see that happening. The only thing I could see substituting that, and this is a long shot, but it is Mr. McMahon. It's wild card. What if they do Tony Nese versus Ali and give Ali the title?
Mm.
That's just
Or
my
then make it
thoughts on that. The bottom line, in the corner to your point, regardless of Money in the Bank, I could see that happening, but I'm not going to watch the show. And if it does happen, I don't want a title change. I just want there to be like, moment and just move on because again, it's all money. The Prince owns Vince. That might as well be a Dr. Seuss book. The Prince owns Vince. That's really all this is. And everybody can't stand it. I mean, I could get more into that, but I'm already probably opened up a can of worms just talking about this. But bottom line, yeah, I can see that. All right, so let's close Simple Stances with the guy we've been talking about. That's my favorite, Drew Gulak. So we talked about his Instagram post. You talked about a couple of his follow-ups. This, of course, now being past 205 Live and Wednesday's 3-hour power hours of wrestling. We also saw NXT, who came up on TV. Drew Gulak during whose match? The Time Splitter himself, Kushida. Now, again, his Instagram post yielded nothing endorsed but change. Is he trying to change NXT now? Is he trying to change himself into an NXT wrestler? Is he trying to bring more NXT to 205 Live? Is he scouting for someone to be with him on 205 Live? There are so many possibilities I can see coming from this, besides an incredible mat game one-on-one battle between the technical specialist Drew Gulak versus the master of the hoverboard law, Kushida. So, Cindy, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on where you think Drew Gulak is going as far as his appearance in NXT?
That would be a very interesting question and very well thought to think. I mean, I know Drew Gulak is trying to build his character up, like for both 205 Live and for NXT, and I feel like that's what some other of the talents are going to be doing. Like 205 Live is just like one of the mid card show, where NXT is like for like up and coming stars and everything like that.
The redhead stepchild of WWE. And I will say this. Despite the elite hatred, I will give Tyler this, because he did personally tell me this. He does care about 205 Live. He does want it to succeed. So, Tyler, you and I, we're cool, brother. Cindy, continue.
Yeah, so I could see that he's going to be doing quite well. And, like, if he wanted to give a gimmick change, then, yeah, there you go. That's all I can say about Drew Gulak. I feel like it's time for him to to change up a bit, too, because, like, the whole, like, make 205 Live great again or whatever, I feel it's kind of like overplayed now. So it's time for him to shine no matter what.
Okay, Chris, what are your thoughts on Drew Gulak? What do you see him doing? Is he literally trying to go into NXT? Is he trying to bring someone with him from NXT back to 205 Live?
I'm thinking it's the latter of the two, what you just said. I'm thinking he's going in there trying to bring oh my God, I'm not gonna say his name right because I can remember he's a six-time junior heavyweight champion. I don't say that name.
Kushida.
I don't say Japanese names very well. It's like I will butcher that whole thing with my southern accent. I will butcher that thing. It'll sound horrible.
Just do your best. I've already
but like I said, I can see him trying to have a match and trying to get them. Maybe they're subbing some kind of interpromotional feud they might be working on here, having Drew Gulak go and challenge him, have a match with him, and then Kushida. I was about to say it too, and I was like, damn it, no, not that smack to Kabuki bullshit right now. But I could see him going to 205 Live and having a program with Drew Gulak. I could see it going either way. So I'm kind of intrigued by this. I want to see how this plays out. I would love to see both of them wrestle. I like to see a modern-day version of Dean Malenko, as I call Drew Gulak, versus the former six-time junior heavyweight champion. That's going to be an awesome matchup regardless.
I'm thinking about NXT TakeOver 25, and this might be the first time we actually see 205 Live and NXT in an inter-promotional match on the same show. What
so true.
Gulak versus Kushida at NXT TakeOver 25. I think that would be a hell of a match. Probably would steal the show because no one would expect it. Because nobody would expect this guy versus this submission specialist from New Japan putting on a potential 5-star classic. I've been I guess you could say, what's the word I'm looking for? Supporting this, I don't know, pushing this. I still feel like the Cruiserweight title should be defended on an NXT takeover, or you should have some sort of interpromotional match between 205 Live and NXT. This could be the first of, I think, many. I mean, NXT TakeOver 25 is a milestone in itself. Why not do a first time ever there?
And I honestly think he's going to bring something out of Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak is very talented, but I think he's going to bring more out of Drew Gulak. He's going to push Drew Gulak to the limit on what he can do in his wrestling ability. Because I'm sorry, back when Shinsuke Nakamura came in, for example, he was the king of strong style. New Japan Wrestling, they wrestle a very strong style. And I think Gulak, he's going to bring the best out of Drew Gulak, and I think we're going to see a different side of Drew Gulak. If these two have this match, you're going to see a different side of Drew Gulak, and I think you'll see a more intense side. And at the end of the day, I think it's going to be could become a 5-star match easily if these two can pull it off.
Nothing endures but change. There's your change right there.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything else on anyone's mind while we're just wild carding stuff? Or is that a good way to close out tonight's show?
I think it's a really good way to close out the show.
Mm-hmm. All right. Then I think with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're done here. So thank you once again for joining us on another weekly edition of 205 Live Matters. And a special thank you, as always, to my good old friends here, Chris, Mace, and Cindy. Cindy, thank you again. It's so good to have you back. Where can people find you? What would you like to plug tonight?
All right, you guys can follow me at nodq.com/Cindy. That's going to take you directly to my Twitter page. Also, make sure to go to my Instagram page at simply_C_OK, where I posted photo arts of landscape, nature, and wrestling. And also, if you go to those highlight circles, like on my profile page,
stories,
you'll see stories. What the hell you call it? Like, yeah, like highlight story. Yeah, highlight stories that I posted that is like, longer than 24 hours. Well, it'll be on forever. You'll see like past independent wrestling shows and WWE shows I've gone. And by the way, I'll be posting more wrestling content pictures and also more stuff because I'll be going to Canada next Thursday. So you'll see me, and also to get into the NoDQ.com Galaxy member in Hamilton, Ontario. I'll be there on May 26th for Alpha One Wrestling presents a Mortal Kombat 7. That is right. Your former WCW heavyweight champion, David Arquette, will be there. Also, Impact Wrestling star Sami Callihan, Trey Miguel, Ethan Page, Josh Alexander. You may know them as the North. And Moose will be there as well. So, like I said, don't be shy. Say hi to me or ask to take a selfie with me. It's all good and gravy, y'all. And also make sure to follow my YouTube channel, one at simply_C_OK, and second YouTube channel at Tyson Poppy Production, which I just found out we'll be having a new video dropping where my buddy Brian and Tyler did interview a local independent wrestler from Ontario, Canada. So please make sure to stay tuned. All right?
All right. Lovely. Chris, hey, man. I know you.
You can follow me. You can follow me on Facebook at Chris Forever Mace. Like I said, support Aftermatch Wrestling, support the Simple Man Noah Foster channel here, support all the work that Cindy does, support NoDQ.com, support Owen and James, support Colin's new show, The Chopping Block. And I'm going to close with this statement. Normally I talk about let's respect everybody's opinion about wrestling, but I want to make just one comment. I don't care what anybody says. If you like 205 Live, that's great. If you don't like 205 Live, that's great. That's your opinion. But don't be disrespectful about stuff. At the end of the day, none of us here doing this video right now are doing this for the money or the fame or the glory or anything. We are doing this for the love of the game. We are doing this for the love of wrestling. If you don't like it, if you don't like it, that's your choice. By all means, if you want to give a constructive opinion, give a constructive opinion. But you're not going to break my belief of what I believe in with 205 Live Matters. You're not going to break Noah's. You're not going to break Cindy's. You can say whatever's on your mind. Just be respectful of it. We'll respectfully give you a comment. There's no reason to be rude or hateful about it. No reason to talk about get it off No DQ's channel or get it off this or we don't want to see it. just if you don't want to be part of 205 Live or don't want to watch the video, you don't have to watch it. Nobody's forcing you to watch it. That's all I'm going to say about the matter. And like I said, let's just respect everybody's opinions because at the end of the day, we love it or hate it. We all love or hate wrestling at some point. Just respect everybody's opinions. Just simple, as Noah would say, as simple as that.
Well done. Well done. You just man of freaking metal. I mean, shoot. Why am I even talking? Chris, God bless you, sir. And for those of you that want to know something about me, know this. I'm no one special. I'm just a simple man and a lifelong fan of wrestling and the current No DQ and No DQ NXT Wrestling Predictions champion. Sorry, Sydney. But anyway, if you want to know more about me and you want to talk anything wrestling, you can look me up on Twitter, nodq.com/no. It takes you to my Twitter page, or follow my simple YouTube channel here at youtube.com/users/NoahFoster210. Here you'll find every video under a playlist. There's nothing here but good old wrestling stuff, mostly wrestling predictions for pay-per-views outside WWE. Stay tuned. I'll be doing more predictions and coverage on Best of Super Juniors later this week, as well as more stuff with No DQ. This is going on now for 18 weeks. It's just going to keep going here on No DQ. So keep looking forward to this. But also, as I said, keep supporting No DQ because they're a big influence why I do this. We're all fans of No DQ. I'm No DQ for life as far as I'm concerned. Hence the shirt. But buy a shirt, nodq.com/shirts. Check out the playlist on Spotify. #Team NoDQ. I think it's over 5,000 songs still. I don't think we've hit 6,000 yet.
It's 5,090 songs because I add 2 more songs, which is Slipknot.
Brilliant.
You're welcome, Aaron.
I think he appreciates that. Anyway, go follow NoDQ.com. Twitter, here on YouTube, Aaron with NoDQ. Go follow the official website. Go post some comments, talk to people, make a friend. Your opinion's matter. You can talk about anything on anything. Comments, polls, meme, gifts, sexy female pics. You name it, it's wrestling, it's there for whatever pleasures and dark insight you may want to give, especially if you're virtue. Anyway, like I said, and I always close with this, support local wrestling outlets both big and small. Let's keep growing this wrestling community together. Simple as that. And stay tuned for my predictions, as I already got a fierce competitor that's already a little annoyed with me. The lovely Cindy G trying to take this from me, as well as the rest of Team NoDQ. My predictions will be up very soon for Money in the Bank. And you know what? To hell with it. I will be live scoring, live reacting, and live streaming the Money in the Bank right here on YouTube, defending this title live. So good luck to you, Cindy, and the rest of Team NoDQ.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be keeping up the score again, too, like I did last time.
Yeah, we'll be doing Double or Nothing, and, of course, NXT TakeOver 25, where both these guys are going to try and take that title from me, because I am simple 2 belts. I'm not used to that. But I've rambled on enough. I've taken enough of your time as far as that goes. So with that, enjoy life, enjoy wrestling, take care, and have a good night.
Cheers, y'all.
Have a good night, y'all.
Cindy, you're not taking this from me. Nobody will.
Oh, I'll take it, bud.
And you know what The Rock says? Just bring it.